What is up, everybody? We are going to be doing the mock draft simulator plus sim, which I just created thanks to Blue Chip Prospect as well. It's a project that I've been working on for a very long time, and you guys can also use it over on Draft Prospects Hockey. This is the first one we're running because it's taken so long to just do. So really hope you guys will like this project. We're going to run a draft lottery sim. You could run actually 50,000 of them too, just to see the sim probabilities. But this is really exciting. Blue Chip Prospect, how are you doing?
I'm doing really well. You are a straight to the point type of person. Hello, everybody. Today we're doing a mock draft.
Yeah,
That's good.
it's just
Excited.
it took so long to do this. Like, I'm
Yeah.
so excited. I finally got the logos into you can run a draft lottery sim here. I'm going to be doing that in a second, but then you can do a mock draft too. So if you guys want to do this, this is one of the cleanest like mock drafts in the game, in my opinion. I think I've gotten good user feedback as well. So I would recommend also using this on a computer right now. I'm going to continue to try to do a mobile feature, but it's just like so much better on computer. So let's run
Yeah.
draft lottery.
I think there's honestly,
Florida
I think
got the
there's no.
first pick.
Oh,
Wow. Go ahead.
that's good. What I was saying is, I think it's in a mock draft. There's so much information going on that I don't think it's really like all that doable on mobile. Like, obviously, you can make something work, but is it ideal for people? Probably not. Like, I don't see how
Yeah.
you can have fun doing this on your phone, but it is what it is. But yeah, Florida with the first overall, that's cool.
Well, I already see one bug. Obviously, it says pick number one, Florida. I think it like shows that pick number one is the second pick because that's how the lottery balls go. And then San Jose actually won number one, but I will fix that bug. But let's just proceed to the draft. I'm gonna go select all. We're gonna do. You could see here, just start. You could do a timer for your picks. We're gonna do timer off just because, but we're going to start draft. You can see it has the San Jose Sharks logo, which is good. The needs of what they need. Honestly, I don't know if they need goalie, but after last night, who knows? So I want to do. I'll go evens. You go odds. Blue chip. So start us off.
All right. Well, I think this one is, but it's easy, yes and no, but it's it's the Sharks. Do they actually
Yeah.
need another forward? I think McKenna is the best player by far. Maybe not by far, but I think he's the best player, and I think there's a little gap between him and anybody else in this draft. But with with the depth that they have in front, I don't think that they need anybody else in front. They could actually move back like one or
Yeah.
two spot if they could. Uh, if it's not doable, I think at that point you just have to go for a little bit of what you need, and what you need is probably a right shot defenseman. And turns out there's two very, very good right shot defensemen in that spot. Could be Keaton Veroff, could be Chase Reed. I think.
Do you think we should do a trade here?
Well, you,
Got
you
the
can do a
trade
trade if you
feature.
want, but I think with Florida coming right after, I think I'd probably just rather pick my Keaton Veroff and not
Wow.
give them a chance.
I think that McKenna or Stenberg would definitely go here. Then they would figure out the rest, but a trade back would be good here. But I will do Keaton Verhoff for San
Yep.
Jose Sharks. Could
Yep.
stir up some comment section, so that's good.
Yeah.
That's always good. But let us know who you guys think. I think a trade back would be pretty good here. But
Yeah, but it doesn't always work. You need somebody that wants to trade back.
100%.
Like, so if it doesn't work, then at that point, do you go with McKenna? Like at some point, you're not gonna have enough space on your first power play to get all these people on anyway. So
That's true.
probably you should. At some point, if you want to build something that's gonna win, you're gonna need to build that defense. I know there's good players coming in, and Dickinson's gonna be good at some point, and Polkamp's gonna come in and stuff like that. But you need actual high level defensemen as much as if you want to be competitive, you need a very good blue line, and I think Veroff can actually really help them a lot more than McKenna would.
100%. It's just crazy if the Sharks won. I mean, look at the start that they had to the season, man. And now they're
Yeah.
3 points away from being worse than the Blackhawks. What is going on? I think they've lost like 10 out of their last like 15 games or something.
Imagine if they had
So
Schaefer
bad.
last year. That would have
Oh
been
my God, yeah.
crazy, man. They would have won like 10 Stanley Cups in a row.
Oh my God. That would be crazy, honestly.
Yeah.
Schaefer and Verhoff. But Verhoff going number 1 to San Jose. For Florida, I'm going to make everybody mad here. But they're going to go with one of Stenberg and McKenna. And the reason I could see them going for Stenberg if they were in this position is because you have a guy, Barkov, Anton Lundell, Matthew Tkachuk, and I don't necessarily think you need that highest potential player in the draft, like highest upside. So
Mhm.
Stenberg is safer for Florida. Could you imagine Gavin McKenna falling to 3? I can't. Like I
No.
absolutely cannot see that happening. But for Florida's fit, I don't know if they would need to go with the highest upside available.
Could you see Shane Wright drop to number 4?
Shane Wright. I didn't see that actually.
Yeah. So
I mean, good on
things
Kent
happen.
Hughes and the Habs. Yeah, it's all about how I'm feeling. I'm gonna feel Ivar Stenberg going to the Panthers. I just see it more as a fit. I don't even want to see the Florida Panthers winning the lottery in any sort of way. So let's just Ivar Stenberg would be a great fit for them. I could just totally see him in that jersey. I can't see McKenna in the jersey.
You know, man, I'm a sucker for dynasty. I like teams that are good and that stay good for as long as possible. And I even respect the Bruins. As a Habs fan, I respect the Bruins and what they've
Mm,
done in the last decade or so. They stayed good, even though like they lost many good players. They kind of rebuilt on the fly or retooled on the fly. So I respect all these things. I respect the Blackhawks, what they did before. I respect what Florida is doing right now. I respect the Lightning, what they did, what they are doing. So for me, if they win first, they win second. Honestly, I couldn't care less.
hmm
I want them to stay good. I want the Habs to join them and be a team that they have problems playing against,
Yeah.
and that might be a problem because I mean they're good teams, but I want teams that are good to stay good and find ways to be good. So for me, it's fine. I'm happy. And if they take Ivor Stenberg, I mean that's a home run for them. I don't think Gavin McKenna is their type of player,
Me
honestly.
neither.
So
I just can't see it.
yeah, like
Yeah.
he's not that he's not good. He's extremely good. He's extremely skilled, but like he's a frail guy. He's not a hardworking player. He floats all the time. Um, I don't know. I don't think it's their type of guy. So Gavin McKenna at number 3 makes absolutely no sense. But at that point, Vancouver has just no choice but
Yeah.
to go for Gavin McKenna. There's no other choice there. Just best player available. Like it's a complete different situation from San Jose, where they take a pick that is more in line with their need than the
Mm.
actual best player on the draft board. Vancouver, with where they are, they just need anything. So and Gavin McKenna, well, is supremely talented. So yeah,
And he's near the area, but he wasn't from the area. He actually grew up more of a Flames fan than
yeah.
a
Well,
Canucks
he's
fan.
from the Northwestern Territory, no?
Yeah, I'm not the Canada geography guy,
And that's the part
but
on top.
he grew up in Canada. So
It's
one
the
of
part on top of every livable place. So,
it's Canada's north of the United States. So if you guys want a like
yeah.
geography lesson,
Well,
that's where it is.
Northwestern Territory are north of the north. So
Yeah, yeah,
that's where
that's
it
true.
comes from.
It is south in some Michigan places, but
So.
I don't know. I don't know. So for the Flames, this is an interesting one. I'm actually going to go with a guy that I have higher than consensus, and I think that other people are higher on as well now, but not until like the last couple months. But it's Caleb Malholtra for me. I just really love Caleb Malholtra. I think that there's no way that he's going to get out of the top 5 at this point anymore. My dog loves it. He's barking about it. Caleb Malholtra is such a skilled reactionary player. This man is always a first reaction above everybody else. He's always in the open spots because he's so twitchy. I feel like his stick his fast hands, his reaction time, all will make him an elite defensive player as well, even though he hasn't really, like, that's not what his bread and butter is, but he has so much skill too. He uses his body as a 6'2" frame. I think he's 180 pounds, but I could be wrong. He could be. I would like to see what his actual listing is at the combine. But my thing with him is just he is a center in this class that has 1C potential. I'm not sure
Yeah.
how high end 1C it could be, but Manny Malhotra is his father. Obviously, he was a Ranger draft pick, so that could have been a fun fit. But at the same time, like, this guy has pedigree. I could also see the Vancouver Canucks going for him because his dad might be the head coach coming in next year. He just won the Calder Cup in the AHL for Abbotsville. That's the Canucks AHL affiliate. So I feel like there could be something there if the Canucks
There's no way they
love.
pass on McKenna for Cal Malhotra.
No, I don't think they would pass on him. But let's say they're third overall and it goes Ivar Stenberg, Gavin McKenna in any order. And then I think that there's going to be a real conversation there to trade down for Caleb Malhotra. Let's say the Sharks are near the bottom of the teams. They want Keaton Verhoff. They'll give you a prospect plus their pick, and you get some stuff. I think that the Rangers or the Canucks are in a spot where they need more assets as possible. Obviously, Keaton Verhoff and Zvoyam would be fun to have on your blue line for 15 years, but at the same time, like, I do believe the Canucks are going to be really bad next year and could go for a guy like Landon DuPont, because I do believe they're going to be the worst team in the league next year. So could be just something to think about. Probably it might not happen. All of this is just guesswork, educated guesswork. But Caleb Malhotra is a really skilled player.
All right. So for New York, what does New York have in the pipeline? Do they have anything coming up? Like
they had Gabe Perreault. They have Liam Greentree now. They sold on Brendan Othman, and that's pretty much
on defense. Do they have anything on defense? No.
They do have EJ Emery, I believe. Yeah, they have EJ.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm not really sure what else they have on their prospects.
Yeah.
Just off the top of my head.
Like in that case, for me, I think I look at all those players and I love Ethan Belchez. I think he's worthwhile, but I think a player like Chase Reed, even by Albert Smiths, but yeah, I think I'd go with Chase Reed for them.
Yeah. Chase Reed, I could just totally see in a Rangers jersey. I'm not. It's probably because the USA colors at the World Juniors, but this is a guy that I could just see as a Ranger. Like
I think and I think he fits really well.
And Adam Fox, you don't have to worry about that because I think Chase Reed will probably be coming up in his prime in 3 years, 2-3 years. He has a lot of potential. He actually didn't produce he didn't produce a point in the USHL, playing for Waterloo, and I feel like that was kind of a big one.
And he's not a problem for Adam Fox. I mean, he's a couple years away.
Adam Fox will be 32, 33 when Chase Reed's hitting his prime,
Yeah, and it's not like Chase Reed, like he could be a first pair type of player. It's not something that's impossible. I think it's even a reasonable projection, but chances are he ends up in the top 4. So it's not, and Adam Fox is a very hard player to move out of his spot. I think he's one of the best defensemen in the league. So Chase Reed, like, is he really going to push Adam Fox away? No. In worst case, you have 2 amazing right shot defensemen, and there you go. It's there's no problem with that.
And I know we're on the Blackhawks pick, but I did want to pause for a second. I wanted to ask you about Craig Button's rankings because he had Carson Karels at 2. Do you think that the Blackhawks could go for Carson Karels at 2 or Albert Schmitz if they do go defenseman here?
I don't see Carson Karels at 2. I don't think he's a.
Me neither, but
he's a very good player. Don't get me wrong, but I don't think he's high event enough to be a number 2 type of player. For number 2, that's a lot to pass on. Carson Karels is very good, but I don't think he's that level of player. And I prefer Albert Smiths. And like this week, either Friday or tomorrow, I'll have my top 20 up on the channel, and you'll see what I think of these players. But if I was Chicago, if I had the choice between Carroll's and Albert Smith's, I'll go Albert Smith's. Yeah.
Do you think like Albert Smiths or Ethan Belchez for the Blackhawks specifically?
For the Blackhawks?
They just took 2 6'6" and above players in the first round last year. And
yeah, but none of them are like guaranteed to be top 6 player.
No.
And it's not like Ethan Belchez is guaranteed to be top 6 player, but I think he has the most chance of any of them. He's also the hardest one to play against. And that's it's not just size that you want. Like Wes has a lot of size. Is he hard to play against? Not necessarily. Something that can develop eventually. It's not like Thompson was always hard to play against. Now he's a top tier shooter and a top tier, not fun to play against too. So I think it's just defense has a little bit of a premium in terms of position, but yeah, I think I'd go Albert Smiths.
You know, I've heard a ton surrounding Albert Smiths and the Blackhawks. I do feel like if the Blackhawks aren't a top 2 team to be ready for that, the Blackhawks kind of got news about Artem Levshinov months after the lottery, but I think Albert Smiths is going to be the pick here. Played well at the Olympics. Looked like Latvia was one of their best players, especially on defense. Played good at the World Juniors. Could be a good fit. I'm not sure who he would be like paired with. Maybe Sam Renzel, maybe an Artem Levshinov. Him and like Artem Levshinov and Albert Smiths. Just looking at them, they look like they would be a perfect pair together. But at the same time, they could be very high event players. So I'm gonna go Albert Smiths here. I agree with blue chip prospect.
Well, Levshinov can do all the event. He's already a very high event player, but then you get 2 players with a hard shot. They're gonna put a lot of pucks on net, and it's gonna create a lot of chaos. I think Albert Smith project has a better away from the puck. I think project safer defender than Levshinov. I don't know if he's going to be a better defender than Levshinov. There's a lot of. It's too early to say with Levshinov. Personally, I'm not his biggest fan. I was not in his draft year, and I think he hasn't proven to be more controlled. But like, they're so young, those players. They're still like, give them 3, 4, 5 years, 200, 250 games in the NHL to get adapted to the speed, to the reads. And I think like in time, he's going to be a very good defenseman. Just that for now, he's a little bit all over the place. And I think like you said, Albert Smith is safer and he could pair really well. Could create a lot of chaos, a lot of physicality, a lot of skating. That would be a great pair, man. Honestly, when you think about it, it would be a great pair. Yeah. All right, so now it's me, St. Louis. You should have traded to get Stamberg so they can get the brothers. Here, what did they have again? They don't have Dvorsky's in the NHL now. Lindstein is not that much of a factor. I think I'd go at Ethan Belchez. He's too much of like a specimen type of player. You know, there's not many players with that shot, that physicality, that size. Like they're really, really hard to find. And if there's one falling in your lap at number 7, I think you should take it. Yeah.
It's very similar to the Porter Martone draft, where he went 6th overall. But at the same time, if the Blues are in the range of a right-handed defenseman here, I do believe that they would go with right-handed defenseman. But I'm not sold that they would go left-handed.
Like Rudolph, maybe? They would have taken
They
Rudolph.
could go Rudolph.
I think Rudolph can go there all day long. I think he belongs in that conversation. But who did you say that? Who did you compare Ethan Belchez to?
Well, just the Porter Martone size. I don't compare them together. I think
Porter Martone, I think, is a much better player. Because
I think he had more skill. I think he had better shot, better playmaker.
I think it's the IQ. The IQ overall of Porter Martone, I think, is just that much. So I
think the thing you're getting with Belchez over Martone is the skating.
He's a better skater. He's almost just as good a shooter, at least in terms of like hard shot. Maybe the
hard
release
shot,
is
maybe
the release is better. Yeah, the release is better on Martone, and I think he's more versatile as a
Oh.
shooter.
All right, we
God.
had yeah. I ended up refreshing on accident, so that's why it says Florida is first now and the Sharks are second. So we had to do it over. But that was my bad, not the mock draft system. So definitely take a look at it if you want. My pick is at Winnipeg Jets at 8. For me, I'm going to go with best player available. I know it says Tynan Lawrence in these rankings, but I do believe that Carson Karls is the best player available at this point. So I'm going to go pick him. And I feel like he's just a light version of a Matthew Schaefer in terms of skating, left-handed defenseman. He's defensive defenseman, but he's putting up a lot of points in the WHL. He's not a Matthew Schaefer in any sort of way, but I'm just saying, like, he's all right.
I
Actually,
was
I'm gonna
waiting for
cut
that.
Yeah, I'm not cut. Yeah, Carson Karls is one of the best players available at this time. He's a defensive defenseman that's actually putting up a lot of points in the WHL this year. I do feel like this would be a good spot for him with Winnipeg, which I'm just surprised that Winnipeg has been so bad this season. They obviously had that like 1.6 seconds comeback against the Blues, which was wild. But they were one of the top teams last year, and you saw what happened to them. So I think building from the defense in their little retool redraft would be good. I could see Tynan Lawrence also being here, but I just feel like that would be a good pick for Winnipeg Jets. They
Yeah.
their pool is slashed, so they need to rebuild.
Yeah. And then for Boston, they could either go with Daxton Rudolph to build on defense a little bit, or they can go in the backyard, take a player like
Vigo Bjork in the backyard.
no, what's his name? Oscar Hemming or Tynan Lawrence. I think Oscar Hemming kind of fit with them. Rudolph
I agree.
too, or Novotny. Novotny really fits with them too. He plays that hard style of hockey with a big shot. It's just what do they have as in defense as in the pipeline?
Not much. Not much.
No. And they just signed James Higgins, so they have some players coming into the top 6 at some point. Yeah, I think I'd go with defense. Like if they don't have much in the defense prospect pool, I'd go with Rudolph at that point. I think they're all. Rudolph is even probably the better player of all these players. It's just like in terms of style and fit, I think Hemming and Novotny fits really well, but Rudolph fits really well too, and he adds a defensive prospect to the pool. So yeah.
So Daxton Rudolph, 10-9 for Boston.
Yep.
But Hemming, I've said Hemming is like a light version of a Brady Martin, where last year he had a huge rise. I think that Oscar Hemming could also be in the top 10. So I like that.
Yeah, I think it's very possible. He slowed down in terms of production, but the style of play didn't really change. He's still 6'4" and he still hits. He still has so, and he's in the backyard of Boston, so maybe they would go for that. But I think Rudolph really fits.
For me, I think Nashville needs to take highest upside available. I know they took Brady Martin, and it's looking like a good pick. I just feel like Vigo Bjork here would be fantastic. Yeah. He's one of the top 3 skilled players in the entire draft class. He's 5'9", and he's a true 5'9", so it's like, it's not going to help his draft stock, but for me, Vigo Bjork is one of the most exciting prospects to ever come out of the SHL in Sweden. He is just so incredibly talented. His offensive IQ is fantastic. You get this man on a power play, he's going to be able to cook with a guy like Brady Martin. I mean, I don't know how long he's going to stay in Sweden, but if you get this guy ready, he's already playing with men. I do feel like he'll be a good NHL player. Bedard's only 5'10". See what he's doing. McKenna and Stenberg are 5'11". I feel like we're down on Vigo Bjork because he's smaller, but he's not 5'6". Like he's not 5'7". Yeah. This guy is 5'9", and he actually plays bigger than he is. So
makes me think so much of Zach Benson. I know there's a lot of people who've been comparing him to Marco Rossi because of the center position.
He's more skilled.
I think Vigo Bjork is gonna stay at center. I think he plays really well there. But like he's a smart guy with dynamic skills, like Zach Benson, on the same type of size, same type of competitiveness. Never lets go of the puck. Hard to push against it. Hard, like heavy on the puck, heavy on his stick. Just hard to take it off away from him. Yeah, really good player. I have a hard time putting him in my top 10. He's still not in my top 10, but at least he made it to my top 20 or my top 16 this time. But still not there. But I think every time I watch him, I feel like this guy's a top 10 all day long. It's just, it's just a
Me
size
too.
thing. It's just hard.
He's incredible.
Yeah,
I feel like the
it's really
size
good.
thing's a little overblown. When he's
Yeah,
only an
because
inch
some
shorter
players
than
make
Bedard.
it. It's just a lot of players don't. But when you're at that level of skills and intelligence and
Yeah.
will to win your battles, I think he's the type of player who's going to make it. Like Zach Benson, like I had there's nowhere in my mind where I thought Zach Benson was not going to make the NHL. He was smaller, but it was a sure shot to be an NHL player. It's just like he was taken a little further than where I thought he was going to be taken, and a little bit of the same thing with Vigo Bjork. I think he could be a top 10 player, but in a mock draft, I don't think he's a top 10 player.
Yeah. I think he could be a top 5 player. But again, in the mock draft.
In the draft, in the real draft, or
I think that he just has that skill, but you can't take him that high. But the thing is, he's top 3 skill in the entire class. Like, when have we seen a guy perform like this, especially in the SHL? And,
yep. You know. All right. So for Seattle at number 11, again, did they ever take a defenseman in the first round? I don't think they did. Huh? They took like Jake O'Brien last year.
And then Berkeley Captain, and then
Berkeley Captain.
Yeah. They haven't taken a defenseman.
Yeah.
2021 or inaugural season.
And I like Ryan Lynn, but is he a defenseman you take at number 11?
Might be for them. We don't know what kind of defenseman they like, honestly. This guy was ranked 4th on EP at one point.
Yeah, I know. I mean, he's good and he's putting up points, but he's still a 5'11" defenseman. He has good feet, though. Very, very good feet. Like, it's just the players that are under 6 foot on defense, they have to be some type of special to be like worth your while in your defense. I think there's a chance that Ryan Lynn could be that player, but I think they might skip it again and go another center. Doesn't make sense. I don't know. Let's go with a guy that's going to be harder to play against and go with Adam Novotny at number 11.
Adam Novotny. Definitely is NHL floor. I could just see it.
Yeah.
I'm not sure about the upside, but
he's gonna shoot the puck and score. I'm not really scared for that. Can he make plays? That's different, but I think he's gonna find space and he's gonna shoot the puck and score. But it's more like he can bring speed on the forecheck and heaviness on the forecheck and like, you know, take pucks deep in the zone, control them, make plays with them, or get into space and shoot the puck on net. He has a simple type of game, and I think his game is going to stay simple at the NHL level, but I think he can be a very valuable player in your top 6. Not a driver, but a complementary, very valuable player.
Yeah, and for New Jersey at 12, I just love the Tynan Lawrence fit. They obviously have Nico Hischier, Jack Hughes, but this guy could be an elite Selke vote getter. Like people were talking about Macklin Celebrini a little bit. I talked to his coach at Muskegon, Colton St. Clair, and that was kind of his player comp for him. And then he went to the NCAA and he played well in his last couple games there, like 6 points in his last 8 games. But I feel like BU was just a train wreck, and we can't really put too much stock into it, even though we have. He was a top player in the class. Corey Pronman had him number 1. And I think Tynan Lawrence will be picked near the top 10. I'm going to go Tynan here. I've loved his game. He just, the offensive prowess that he could have hasn't really shown in the NCAA, but his defense has. And he was a very important player. BU was loaded too. To come in to the NCAA mid-season, it's hard. I don't think he should have done it, and he wouldn't have done it if he knew. Like, how bad of a season they would have, but at the same time, like he could still go in the top 10. So I love Tynan Lawrence's game. It's just going to be hard for him now to go higher because he left the USHL. But for
Yeah.
Washington Capitals at 13, who are you taking here?
I think if there was a big defenseman that has some puck moving ability, would probably have done that. I mean, you could argue that Hackinson and Gustafsson can do it. I don't think they go for Xavier Villeneuve. I don't think they go for Ryan Lynn, especially now with Cole Hudson getting into the formation. They don't need another player of that type of skill. They took their big winger last year. I think I go with Oliver Savanto as center. Yeah, they can play on both sides of the puck. And honestly, I think I don't know. Every time I watch him, I just like him. I just really like the way he plays. He plays fast. He plays heavy. He has decent skills. I think he can be better than where he will be picked. Like I think he's a guy that will be picked around like 12 to 16, 12 to 17, something like that.
Yeah.
I think there's a chance that he's going to be better than that.
One of the youngest players in the draft, 6'3",
Yeah.
big boy. He looks a lot older than he is, but I just really like his game too. Played well at the World Juniors for Finland.
He
Oliver
plays aggressive.
Savanto.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like the way he plays.
I would be surprised if Adam Navani went before Oliver Savanto. That's kind of how high I am
Really?
on Savanto, but I just really like his game. So that's a good pick for Washington. And for Flyers, I'm going to go Oscar Hemming here. I think that they need that kind of beef. They had a great draft last year in the second round. I wasn't a big fan of Jack Nesbitt going
Yeah.
that high. I do like Jet Luchenko, but I feel like they're both middle six centers. I think Oscar Hemming will allow you to actually fit him into your lineup in a way because he can be a bottom six player that brings a lot of upside. But I could totally see him being like a first line support player for a star like Mitchkov. And I think that would be really fun.
All right. So Oscar Hemming. Next for the Islanders. I don't. They took Aitchison last year. They have
Yep.
Eklund. Do they have other high level prospect?
Matthew Schaefer.
Yeah, well, he's in the NHL.
They have Richie.
Yeah. You know what?
They have Malcolm. No, they have Prokhorov.
Yeah, I'll go with one of my favorite in the draft, even though I'm not sure if it fits or not, and I don't really care. I'll just go with Klepov.
Love Klepov. I
Yeah,
actually
man.
have an interview coming out with him like this week,
Oh, yeah?
or a lot of clips. I was
He's
posting
so
him
good.
yesterday. Yeah, he's awesome.
Personally, he's a player that I might have in my top 10 at the end. Like I didn't push him all the way there now, but I think there's a solid chance he's a top 10 player by the end of the year.
I completely agree. He's in my top 15 right now, and I was like, I don't know how I can keep him out. 97 points in the OHL, super silky smooth. Looks like a left-handed Bedard out there sometimes. He just takes over. He's very clutch. Kucherov is his player comp for himself, but it's like because of the playmaking. He has been fantastic. I think he's very under the radar. I'm not sure why. Every time I watch this guy, it's like exactly what I wanted to see out of Mathis Preston. And
it's kind of. I think he's more competitive than Mathis Preston, though. But and I just love, man, when he controls the pucks. There's no S there, but anyway, I'm French. I'll put S's everywhere.
And he's active in the D zone too. Like I know that's one of his.
Like he doesn't abandon, and I love like his inside edges pushes. Like when he has the puck comes down the wing, he always pushes to the inside with his edges, and he cuts to the middle, and like he loses player, creates space for himself, creates so many opportunities for himself and for the people around him. He's just like I said, he's not in my top 10 now, but he's very, very likely to be in my top 10 by the end of the year.
I'm not sure who's editing this video, but if you're editing it, I'm gonna send you that fake spinorama for the win. Like that's such a fun play because he's so creative. Like if you want to just if you're working out and just want something in the background and just watching Nikita Klepov's highlights. And for some reason on Instat they spelled his name wrong, so you have to actually spell it with a Y.
On Inside, yeah, it's like Kluepov or something like
Yeah.
that. I think it's just his real Russian name, probably. I guess it's
Interesting. But it's
because
like he's the top
there's a
leading
couple
scorer in the
letters that shouldn't
OHL.
be there.
Yeah, I had to look up Saginaw Spirits to get to
Yeah, I
him.
did the
He's the
same. I did
leading
the same.
scorer in the OHL. Like, I don't know, but he's so fun to watch, man.
Yeah.
I'm so happy you said the top 10 thing because I was thinking the exact same thing. Like, I was ready to go to war for this guy. So I'm really glad we see his game very similarly. He is so talented. Like,
Yeah.
I see star with him if he fully develops.
Oh yeah, man. I think if he reaches, he's the guy that like he has an okay floor for the NHL, but I think like
Yeah,
his ceiling is sky high. He's so good.
yeah. He could be the next great Nikita. Like, we could be looking back in 15 years where we're just like, why was this guy not in the top 5 conversations? I completely believe that in my heart.
Just like Jarowski will be the next great Alexander.
Yeah. Alexander the Great Zurovsky. You like
okay,
that
well,
one.
it's your turn at 16.
But like for the Kings here, they could go in a multitude of different directions.
Mhm.
I know that they lost a guy like Liam Greentree, so they're probably going for it in a way, which with Panarin, which
Mhm.
kind of was interesting to me. Liam Greentree's been fantastic, but I would go high on upside here, and I'm just taking best player available with Ryan Lynn. Ryan Lynn has played great with the Vancouver Giants this year. He is under 6 feet. He's 5'11", so that's one of the reasons he will fall. But at the same time, talent beats everything, and this is a guy that could be that talented. He's also a right-handed defenseman, and that will go into it. But how many people make it that are under 6 feet as a defenseman? That's the hardest thing.
Mm.
The talent is clear with Lynn and Villeneuve, but I've just seen more out of Lynn. Obviously, Villeneuve has been hurt, had like 36 points in 35 games in the queue. But what Ryan Lynn has done in the WHL is more impressive to me. And he's also right-handed. So he's going to be going higher in any mock draft I have other than like of Villeneuve, even though I think Villeneuve looks more like a joystick. But Ryan Lynn's shot is fantastic too. And he's a great guy. If you haven't seen the Cam Robinson interview with him, it's great. So I really do like Ryan Lynn's game.
All right. So next is sorry, I minimized the window. It's San Jose. San Jose at number 17. They just got Veroff, right? Yeah. So they just got Veroff. Do they keep building the defense and go with another guy like Hackinson or Gustafsson or Xavier Villeneuve to power play that first, like to be the quarterback on that first power play? I don't think they
If
need.
the team's going Villeneuve, it's going to be the Sharks somehow. They love upside.
I just have a hard time seeing it in top 20 or top 25, something like that. It's hard. I'm not sure they're going for more like skilled player like Elton Hermanson. This one is a little bit tougher. You know what? I think like there's 3 players that I can see going there. It could be a player like Maddox Dagenet. It could be a Rogowski. It could be Alexander Command, which are 3 players that I think could fit into their rebuild right now. Adding something different, or it could be one of those big defensemen that's a little bit better. You know what? I'll go with Alexander Command. Yeah.
Terrible pick. No, I'm kidding.
Terrible pick. I like him. I think the feet need work. Still, it's not all the way there, but I like the player.
I like Command. He's I've texted multiple people I know on this, and I've gotten a couple meh, but it's just like if his floor is NHL, or if that's what we're projecting, then meh is good. Like their liners are good, or whatever it is.
Yeah, well, I don't think he's necessarily a top 6 player, at least not in a driving way. But I think he's a player that can bring a lot more to your lineup than just offense.
So we need this.
Yeah,
and the Sharks don't need more top 6 players.
Exactly. It's not what they need. They could keep building on defense, or they could add different type of players. And I think, like I said, the three players I name, whether it's Maddox Dagenet, Rogowski, or Command, are players that could fit really well into that lineup. Yeah.
I love saying Benedajne.
Huh?
It rolls off the tongue. So for Calgary, I believe they got Malhotra. Sorry, I got a hiccup. But I do believe that they could go with a guy on defense. I know they took Colin Potter and Cole Rezhny, I believe, last year. So I'm going to say defense. But I'm not going to go with Villeneuve here. I'm actually going to go with they could go Morozov. Kind of need that size. That would be kind of an interesting pick.
What do you think of Morozov, personally?
I think that he was the youngest player until Oscar Hemming went into the NCAA. I was very surprised with his production, but he's also playing in Miami, Ohio, which doesn't really make him have to fight for a spot like going to BU mid-season like Tynan. But at the same time, like you're still playing against NHL teams and
NCAA teams, you mean?
Yeah, whatever. Sorry, NCAA teams. So I do like the upside with him, and the size is good. And I feel like he's super raw in terms of what you're getting in the NHL draft. I would probably want my favorite team to take a guy like Ryan Robrick before, because I think the upside is better there. At the same time, like that could be a dud pick. So if you have a lot of them, you take a guy like Ryan Robrick. I also like Brooks Rogowski slightly more with his upside. But just like what I think will happen mock draft, I think Morozov will go near the top 20. But I'm going to say Morozov here.
Morozov before Hackinson, before Gustafsson.
I was going to take Hackinson. That's the defender I was going to take. That's actually the defender I was going to take. I like Hackinson. I think he played well at the World Juniors. Great kid, 6'4", has played 22 games in the SHL, and that's just he's a good player. So I was going to take him, but when I saw Morozov, I feel like the Flames kind of need
fell in love.
A bigger player.
All right. So next on the board, the Utah Mammoth. Another team that's like starting to be really good. Hard to know what they need because they're loaded everywhere. Like they have Tijiginla, they have Denoyer, they have Smishev. Like they don't need anything. So basically they can go with the best player available. Are you at the top of your list?
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
I could scroll down too. I know that like Liam Ruck is still available. I know a lot of people are high on him. I believe Liam Ruck and Marcus Ruck were top 10, and then was 10th. Liam Ruck was 10th, and then Marcus Ruck was 12th on Craig Button's board. So
yeah. Well, I have Liam Ruck in my top 20 that's coming out this week. So not Marcus, but Liam is in there.
Yeah.
Like I don't want to go. You know what, Liam Ruck? Are you pointing at him? No, I don't want Liam Ruck for Utah. I don't think it's the type of player that like not that they need anything, but I don't think like it's something that actually fits what they want. They like big guys too. You know what? I'll go with Maddox Dagenet here. A center, 6'4", big shot. Yeah.
Maddox.
Well, you can't say Maddox.
All right, St. Louis at 20. Let's see, who did they pick beforehand? You could go to recent picks to the right. Obviously, I know you guys are probably saying, wow, this is an incredible mock draft. Thank you guys. Appreciate it. I'm going to go with the fun one. I like Pipparainen. I thought he played well with Finland at World Juniors as well. He should have been in that bronze medal game against USA. I was kind of surprised he was scratched. There was no reason for that. But at the same time, like this is a guy that has a lot of upside. He's a lot younger. Just like I feel he's not one of the youngest players in the draft, but when I talked to him, he just looked so young. So I feel like there's way more development to be had there in terms I just really like his game. I think that this is a guy that He's playing in Liga. He's 6'3". He's 203 pounds, but he has a lot more muscle that he can add. He is an August 08 birthday, so he is one of the younger players, I will say. In Liga, he has 3 assists in 29 games.
Yeah.
Not really lighting up, but you're getting him as more of a defensive player, and there is upside there offensively. So I'm going to take St. Louis. They're going to need that right-handed defenseman. They lost Radim Mirka basically at the trade deadline when they thought they had him. So I do believe that they would go in this direction.
So at number 21, I have the Boston Bruins. They took who before?
Daxon Rudolph.
Daxon Rudolph. So who's the last player on that list that I can give them? I'm joking. I'm not gonna cheat.
I don't know that name.
Daxon Rudolph. So I think they can swing for skills. You know, they took James Higgins last year. Before that, they took that big guy. What's his name? 6'7" guy.
Dean Letourneau
is actually doing good.
Yeah.
Now we have Daxon Rudolph. So that's like all decent pick, all good picks even. They could go with another big defenseman. Like I can't see. It's hard for me to see Hackinson and Gustafsson going this far down, but it's not impossible. But I will go with Elton Hermanson. I think he's like offensively. I think he's very. I don't know what the word is, but he's like he's a good shooter as well as good playmaker with good hands. I think he's not always giving 100% of what he has, but if he can find that gear where he can play with more consistency, being harder on the puck, and just being more around the puck, trying to be more involved. He can be a hell of a player because the skill level, the shot, the playmaking is all there. It's all really, really good. It's just not always there on a shift-to-shift basis.
Yeah, not a bad pick there. And for Columbus, last year they took Jackson Smith and Andrianov, which was a pretty good draft, honestly. So I'm not going to go defense here. I'm going to go JP Hurlbert. Had an incredible season with the Blazers. I just feel like he's above Mathis Preston on my list now. Just the production has been unreal. I think that the skill is there. His A game is just absolutely out of this world, and his B game isn't like destroying his draft stock. Like it's doable. Like I feel like you're getting a guy here that does have floor, and it comes with absurd upside. So JP Hurlbert for Columbus.
All right, 23 for the Habs.
Forfeit pick.
Well, the thing is, it's not very realistic because they will pick number 31. You know, just saying. But I like some skills player in there. Like I like Nordmark, but I don't think we have Jarowski, we have Michael H coming up. I don't think we need another player that has skills. I'll just go with Rogowski. That's it. That's all. Like I don't want defense unless it's a right shot defenseman. But even then, I'm not. No, defense can wait. I think we need size everywhere in the lineup, and Rogowski is as size as you can get.
Yeah. For Pittsburgh, I'm going to make this probably quick and simple. I think they're going to go Ryan Robrick. Have so much upside in that frame. There's engagement issues. It's kind of like a big talking point right now about just the reason that he's falling from top 5 in the summer scouting to 24 and even beyond. I believe in the talent. I think that if he locks in, you're getting one of your top prospects, but this is a very high risk pick. But also they had a ton of first round picks last year, especially after the trade. And then you get, Ben Kindle has worked out, Bill Zonin, and then I think they got someone else that I'm forgetting, but you got 2 good players. Why not just take this home run swing at a Ryan Ruber?
Yeah. Can afford that shoots from the blue line all the time. It's cool.
Yeah.
Then at number 25, who have the Canucks took earlier?
McKenna, I think. Yeah.
Was it? Yeah, McKenna. They could go with a center like Yegor Shilov here, but always gets mixed up between Hykansen and Gustafsson. There's one that I prefer very much over the other, but I get mixed up on their name all the time, and now I can't remember.
I like
So,
Hackinson more. Gustafson, actually, his brother was drafted by the Predators, I believe, in 2024, but kind of higher.
I think it's Hackinson. It's just my brain is half functional sometimes. So, yeah, I'll go with big defense, William Atkinson.
Yeah, great pick. Seattle Kraken at 26. I'm going to make this a Villeneuve spot. As many defensemen as they can get. They didn't take one, Adam Novotny. I feel like just best player available, best defender available. They could go Pantelis. I really do like Pantelis. I probably would have went Hackinson over Villeneuve. You get that NHL size, but at the same time, Villeneuve, he's already fallen at this point. Why not?
All right. The Rangers got Chase Reed early in the draft.
Yep.
So we're going to go up skills in the top of the draft, and we're going to go with Marcus Nordmark.
Wow. Interesting.
Yeah.
Good pick.
Who's your like if you take like the three top Swedish forward outside of Ivar Stenberg, obviously, but if you take between Nordmark, Elton Hermanson, and Alexander Kamen, like put them in order.
I would put Command last. So like Nordmark first, probably. And then Hermanson. And then Command.
All right.
Yeah. What about you? Well, you picked them all, so you went Command, Hermanson, and Nordmark.
It's just Nordmark. Like Nordmark and Hermanson, they're vastly superior in terms of skills to Command, I think. At least their completeness offensively is much superior. Hermanson has hell of a shot. Nordmark too. They're just better player offensively. It's hard. I don't think their floor is all that high. And if they don't play in the top six, are they players that will actually play in the bottom six in the NHL? That's more my question. So for now, I have Command on top, followed by Hermanson and Nordmark. But yeah, it's more like, what do you need to swing for as an NHL team at that point between teams? It's not like if you have a team, if you start from scratch, maybe you want to go for skills first. But if you're a team that already has you have a roster in the NHL and you have a prospect pool, then I think between these three is really more, what are you looking for? Do you want to swing, or do you want a safer player who's a little bit harder to play against? Then, that's how I see it.
I think that's a good pick. Good pick.
All right.
Nordmark has just been really productive in the U20s or U20 national. But for the Capitals here, I'm going to go Yegor Shilov. This is a pick that I've been continuing to do with their second first-round pick. Ovi's probably retiring. Why not get another guy like that they can just have that potential? And they could go Mathis Preston. I just don't see that happening. But what do you think of Shilov?
I like him, man. I think he needs to add a ton of pace to his game. So I think he's full of skills. I think he's a good playmaker. I think he can shoot a puck. I think he can do a lot of good things on the ice. And it's just everything is done at a QMJHL type of pace, or even a low pace for the QMJHL. So that gap to go from QMJHL to any other pro league to the NHL is massive.
Yeah.
So can he do what he does at a higher pace? Then that's why he's riskier. But he's a player that I like. I have him in my top 20. It's just I think he's a riskier type of player because of that pace. It's not that he can't skate, because he can actually skate. It's really just like he's a slow the game down type of player, and there's not that many players that can slow the game down at the NHL level. So yeah.
I kind of want to look back and see what the Q numbers were last year in terms of the prospects, because he has 82 points in 63 games, and I feel like I would put him on par with some of the top guys last year. I don't remember.
Yeah, like Desnoyers and stuff. So it's just Desnoyers played a very different game.
Well, yeah, and he was also hurt with his wrist. I was more saying Zonin. but kind of interesting because
Yeah.
I know, well, yeah. So Buffalo at 29,
I think they keep
Europe.
building on that tough to play against roster. I think they have enough skills player, and what actually made them from a terrible team to an amazing team is how they play and how harder they are to play against now than they were at the beginning of the season and last season. They are actually just not fun to play against at all, and I think they will build on that, and they will go with the bigger player, heavier player. Could it be Pantelis? Could it be Stefson? I think I'll go with Pantelis.
I really like Pantelis. I have an interview coming out with him very soon. The guy is so raw, but you could see like what he does well. He loves to dump the puck in as a defenseman. He's big. He right-handed. Like I think he's going to go a lot higher. I think Elite Prospects had him at like 10. But for Carolina, I'm
Who has
going
him at 10?
default. What? Yeah, at one point.
Who?
Pantelis,
No, but who has it at 10?
Elite Prospects.
Oh, yeah. Jeez.
Carolina Hurricanes here. I'm going default. Nikita Sherbakov.
No, yeah. I think they go high skill, high ceiling type
look
of
at
player.
this.
That's what
They're going to trade down. The Blackhawks will get this pick somehow because it's a yearly tradition. They're going to pick Nikita Sherbakov, and it's like they've taken 4.5 Russians the past 4 years. Like I think 16 or 18 Russians in the past 4 drafts. 18 Russians in the past. That's insane. Like, so I'm just doing it. They love the contract for life. Like this is something that they've done. Rinse and
I think
repeat.
Liam Rock is their pick. Personally,
I
if
was
I
gonna
was,
say Liam Ruck, but
yeah,
dude, just going off of Carolina, like that's what they do. This is what
yeah.
they do, and I don't think Liam Ruck will even be here at this point, honestly.
Man, they're scoring so much. The two brothers, it's like,
Yeah.
man.
Are you taking Liam Ruck here?
For St. Louis?
St. Louis could actually take
No,
both
I
of the
go.
brothers.
I go with Gustafsson.
Okay.
Bill on that defense. It's not another pick that's sexy, but it's a pick that will most likely play in the NHL. So at number 31, it's worth it.
I took the first 2 Swedes, and then you took every other one. So for Ottawa, they cannot trade this pick. They're gonna go best player available, and I believe on this list it is Liam Ruck. Mathis Preston could be taken here, but Ottawa.
Yeah, Preston has like a fourth of the points of Liam Ruck.
And look at this. You could share your results. You could share it with my email. Look at that. I don't even know who Nancy is. All right. Yeah. So you guys can do all of that good stuff. We just did a mock draft simulator plus lottery. In the comments, let me know what you think about this creation. I also want to go to Draft Prospects. I mean, Blue Chip Prospect has an incredible one. So I'm going to put this up.
Yeah. The massive difference between mine and yours is that mine doesn't have a URL. Mine is like live, but I'm the only one who knows the URL for it. So, but next time we're gonna do one live because mine can use it multiplayer. I can like share a code where like 32 people can come into it and we can all draft together. So if you're interested in doing that, say it in the comments, but like 24 hours before we will do that, we will post it on X, post it on the community on YouTube for the people that are interested, so we can share the code first, and then we can all go together and have a mock draft all together, choosing each our team, and hope that it goes well. I tested it, but it's still just a test. I don't know live what it's going to be, but we're going to try it. And soon we're going to have, I'm going to have it live with a real URL where people can actually go on it. But for now, just go on the Prospect Done one on the Draft Prospect Hockey. Is that the name? Man, I always forget the name of your website. That's crazy. Is that it? Draft Prospect Hockey?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, right. Draft Prospect Hockey. Go on the simulator there. We just did it. Worked well. Was fun. And it's there's actual NHL teams logo. So That's great.
I'm really excited. Like
Yeah.
and subscribe. Do your thing, guys. And yeah, thank you guys for tuning in. I'm really excited
Blue chip
to
prospect
do
wants a
the.
kiss. Okay.
Yeah, so
Yeah, I do. I'm gonna go
give
see
him a
my
kiss in the
wife.
comment section below. I hope you guys really enjoyed this.
Yeah.
It took a long time. Blue Chip Prospect was very patient with me, so definitely give him a follow, please. Give him a kiss in the comments. I really am excited to do the multiplayer draft. That is awesome, first of its kind. So yeah, this is gonna be sweet.
So yeah,
Look at
so
us,
this week,
man. We're
obviously we're
creators.
gonna have this episode. I'm gonna have my top 20 coming in, and I'm gonna hold Prospect Done responsible. We're gonna have a second podcast this week. Is it
Dude,
gonna
let's
be
do let's do it.
released this week? I don't know. It's gonna be recorded this week though. So now
Hey,
you
we
have no
should we
choice.
should
It's on the internet.
honestly in the comment section below, if this gets like over 50 likes anywhere, like we should be doing a live stream a week until the draft.
Yeah,
Like
not a bad idea.
live stream every second of the day until the draft.
Yeah, maybe not. All right, people.
No
Thank you for
eating.
tuning in. Thank you for watching. Hope you liked it. Subscribe, like, comments, hype, all these things. See you in the
Let's do
next
it.
one. Peace.